àbọ̀rù bọ̀yé ẹ̀yin babaláwo. Èèyàn ìbọ̀rù bọ̀yé ó yàn.
Hey, Aboro boy, this is Olu Fakolade of Idinka Ifa Temple. We thank you all for joining us. Hopefully, y'all on Instagram, you can hear us. So, we want to begin with Ifa morning prayers. So, I would like for people, if you have a hand of Ifa, you have Ifa or anything. Abo Shisha Aboto, good to see you all tapping in. If you all have Ifa or shrines, please go greet your shrines. And let us begin with morning prayers. Sure. Mojuba lorun, mojuba leda, mojuba loro mari, mojuba bobo rumle, mojuba bowe mali, mojuba bowe guntembele soloro mari, mojuba miss mother dear Lucy Daniel Smurf, mojuba Dar Tom, mojuba base person, mojuba Fidin, mojuba Clifford Watkins, mojuba Dali, mojuba Zion, mojuba Naga, mojuba Clifford Holmes, mojuba Clifford Watkins, mojuba Jenny Dunn, mojuba Katie Bradley, mojuba Bradley, mojuba James Owens. Mojuba Benino, Chino, One Vilma, No Black, Cardenas, Agustin Vilma, Mojuba to Ia, Catherine Edmonds, Mojuba, Baba, Robert Edmonds, Mojuba, Baba Ifa, Sholagbade Popola, Mojuba to all of my elders, Mojuba, Felipe Garcia Vilmil, Tatanganga, Mojuba, Irawifa. Oluna Mojuba Erimi Agbola Jose Rodriguez. Ifa, we ask that you support us. Ajiogbe, he hears people's pleas and accept the pleas. He hears people's pleas and approves the pleas. He talks to people and shows that the talk is completely absorbed. He hears people's pleas and accept the pleas is the name of Ifa. He hears people's pleas and approves his name Eshudar. He who talks to people and ensure that the talk is completely absorbed is the name of Orishanla. Orishanla, you're the person Muslim being. The person Muslim cannot fail to impress one. The strike for Muslims rainfall. Both for Muslims downpours, whatever the accurate point. True tells earth, worth it accepts. Whatever the big rats of the earth, worth it accepts. All what I tell you, if I please accept and approve them. All turete, to show gratitude upon gratitude, is all about gratitude. To display benevolence upon benevolence is the all of our benevolence. Whoever does show gratitude for yesterday's benevolence, such a person receives today's gratuity. These will decorate C5 to the 401 Irumole. We're going to marry Opwe, the daughter of Rushibuji. These also decorate C5 to the 401 Irumole. I'm going to marry Opwe, daughter of Rushibuji. I'm grateful I see my gratuity. I'm grateful for yesterday's favor. I see today's gratuity. All to a rector, we're very grateful. Ashe. Awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe, awa bure, adupe, anawa obure, tunebo olodumare, awa dupe, awa bure, awa dupe, awa bure. Adúpẹ́ aláwọ̀ òbòrè tó nẹ́bù èrò yíyẹnì àwa adúpẹ́ wà bùrẹ́. Àwa adúpẹ́ àwa bùrẹ́. Adúpẹ́ aláwọ̀ òbòrè tó nẹ́bù èrò mọ̀lẹ́ àwa adúpẹ́ àwa bùrẹ́. Àwa dúpẹ́ àwa bùrẹ́. Adúpẹ́ aláwọ̀ òbòrè tó nẹ́bù èrò ọ̀lẹ́gùn lọ́ọ̀rìṣà. Ifa, we ask that you would support us at this time. Guide us, direct us, protect us, and keep us safe, healthy, and keep us whole. Support us. Ifa, we ask that you would come to our rescue at this time. Ifa, we call on Eros Matutu. Pounding down without soup can be very difficult to consume. These are decorations Ifa Tutu. Child of our Benny Redboom. He was full of bad character. He's bad attitude, prevented him from mentioning Tiva's no man. Now come to solicit on behalf of Tutu. We come to beg on behalf of Tutu. Father, please be patient. Overlook this provocation. Those on behalf of Tutu. How many children does Ifa have that he will cast one out? Those who beg on behalf of Tutu. Ifa, please support us. We ask at this time that you would ensure that we are forgiven. We ask for forgiveness for anything that we've done wrong, anything we might have done incorrect, anything that might not be congruent with your will. We call on you, on the Odu Ogbelara. Orumela said it's time to sleep. I echoed his time to sleep when the day dawned. I met Orumela in the 16th room, where he covered his head with a flowing gown full of lice. He was wearing a dress full of blood and she was snoring heavily. They told me a delegate from the site arrived. Orumela cried about what the delegate brought. They told me they brought 2 rats with them running, 2 fish bracelets with me, 2 birds swift in flight, and 2 goats with big livers. Orumela said that's not enough to wake him up. I admit my ignorance. She's educated me. Motunaka Rabba. I hide myself in your bosom and survive. Motunaka Rabba. The dog hangman squiddy Sagbajan repeatedly. The dog hangman squiddy Sagbajan repeatedly to perform rituals because of children. You are the leaders, we are the followers. Leaders are the ones who show the followers wisdom. Urumla told them to get alligator pepper, to get colonna, to get bitter colonna, to get alcohol. The capo got the alligator pepper, he got the colonna, got the bitter colonna, and he got the alcohol. That is right. It's now he is fully awake. Urumla, when you are fully awake, please look at me with your eyes of compassion. It is with eyes of compassion that only stars usually look at the stars below. Urumla, when you are fully awake, please look at me with your eyes which help one to secure great wealth. There's such good eyes that the heavenly stars usually look at the stars below. Orumla, when you are fully awake, please look at me with eyes which help one to secure a good spouse. There's such good eyes my spouse would use and look at me with. Orumla, when you are fully awake, please look at me with eyes which help one to bear many children. And such good eyes a child should use in looking at what their greater play. Before long, not too far. Join us in the midst of all Iran life. Sure. We ask that you would continue to push away death, push away sickness, push away cases and controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses, and outright fights from us, ward off all challenges from us. Clear the way so that we can see the way. We ask that you continue to be the post that we can hold on to. Hashem. Support us, Olodo Mario. Support us, Ifa. We ask that you continue to move my ego out of the way so that we can hear words from Olodumare today, so we can hear words of Ifa. Emma kamemene ama, Emma kamemene ano, Emma kamemene eloko, kamuole tori Ifa aloni mi, ebora timpanini, eneba na mi, ahun ati Ifa alelejo. Ifa, please hear all of our prayers on Oshiarula. Tiny undefeated Tubu, the disciple of Kumayan, is not big enough to use his headgear. Had it been enough to use his headgear, I would have taken it home and adorned my hair with it. Easily files decorations to Uruala. I'm going spiritual mission to Jebalin. We call locals being sent pay money. Call sauce and make it rich. Call out Uruala with respect and the Jebalin. Oshiarula is a good old. Oshitra. I kick any bagisa. The actual sharply against the Casper from me. See Iba and chef from Olodum. If in our world tells you should be wealthy, surely be wealthy. I take any bagisa at the mouth of an award, Zibana share in the mouth of an award. If no church of joy, surely joy. I kick any bagisa in the mouth of one, Zibana share in the mouth of an award. If no church of victory, surely victory. I kick any bagisa in the mouth of an award, Zibana share in the mouth of an award. No church of all good things of life, surely all good things of life. I kick any bagisa in the mouth of an award, to Essie. May be so, surely shall it be. Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi, Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi. Bọ́bọ́ tí mo bá màmá wí ìrúmọlẹ̀ ó bà, Ifá ó bà ó, Ashe Orisha lẹ́nu mi. Tí mo dúró, tí mo súre, bí mo pẹ̀rẹ̀, tí mo súre, bí mo kúnlẹ̀, tí mo súre, bí mo jókòó, tí mo súre, ire tí mo sùn orí ti bọ́. Orí ẹni làrúrẹ̀ ìyá ni ọ́, Ori ani larure ani. Mojulo mi fawa mori. Ori ani larure ani. Ashe. Obore chasu. Ifa oba Ọlọ́run. Àti bàchájú. Ìfà ọba Ọlọ́run. Ó ṣe àrùlà. Ìfà ti bọ́. All of them are in the divinities. Please support us. Please ward off our death, ward off sickness, ward off cases, ward off controversy, ward off fights, litigation, losses in our fights. Ward off evil and danger from us. Support us in having long life, wealth, good spouse, good children, peace of mind, joy, success, and all the good things of life. We ask that you would come and support us today. Ashe, Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Agboato. Hey, thank you all for joining us today. Once again, I'm Fakola Day. I'm the Olu of Idinka Ifa Temple. Thank you for joining me once again. Those of you who are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything, good to see y'all. I think there are some problems with the Instagram. If y'all could let me know. Can y'all hear? Can y'all see what's happening on Instagram? Let us know. Also, so you can let us know if I need to make any sort of adjustments on the Instagram feed. So today, I would like, as always, I'd like you all to please, please, please like and share. Like and share. If you like what we're doing, please like and share. Post it on your social media, repost it, everything. Also, if you are new, or if you've been with us, you've been rocking with us for a while, please send us a shout out in the chat, mainly on the chat on the YouTube or Facebook feed. You can tap in there, and then we'll acknowledge you. And if anybody has any prayer requests, you can hit us there as well. But please remember to like, share, and just tap in with us on social media, on the website, all of that. All right, so let's get into it today. So today we're going to talk about fighting, and not just the physical aspect of fighting, but also the spiritual and the mental aspect. Fight and fighting are defined in Webster's dictionary as 1, to take part in a violent struggle involving the use and or exchange of blows, physical blows, and or use of weapons. That's 1. 2, a fight is also defined, or fighting is also defined as a violent confrontation or struggle. A struggle, we have to define that as well. What is a struggle? A struggle is defined as a strenuous and or violent effort in the face of difficulties and or opposition. When we look at struggle and fighting, they're connected. But what else? We also have another word, violence. Violence is defined as using or involving some sort of physical force intended to hurt, damage, or obliterate. And this violent aspect is especially that of an emotional and or unpleasant or destructive natural force. Very strong or powerful. It is clear that fighting requires force. It also requires struggle, and it also includes an element of violence. So I want us to take our pious Ifa minds, or our Ifa hats of piety, off at this time, and let's talk real. Let's talk the brass tacks. So when we think of this idea of violence, let's analyze it. When you are born, when you are coming through the birth canal, is a violent act. When we were born, we got to fight our way out of the birth canal. The contractions of childbirth, those contractions, those are the fight of life. The contractions are violent, jolting, and unpleasant, and intended to take two people and make two people into birthing another person, which is a third person. So turning two into three. So this violence of struggling through the birth canal, the struggle, the fight to be born, it is a good struggle. It is a beautiful struggle. Also, in our bodies, there is a fight going on consistently. The white blood cells in our body, the main job of those white blood cells is to fight. Fight all infection, fight all disease. The white blood cells are the basis of what we call our immune system. If these cells did not fight, we would not be able to live. So there is a fight happening in all of us all the time. And even if we don't know it, even if we want to say, oh, I'm nonviolent, there's the act of breathing, the act of moving forward. It is an act of force and will over will. The only thing that we ask is that whatever fight we take part in is one of justice and righteousness, and it is exerted against any negative force that would otherwise destroy us. So my point is, there are times when it is necessary to fight. It is necessary to fight sometimes. In the Odu Ifa Ogbeshe, Ifa says, even if I die, I will struggle. I will certainly put up a good fight. These were Ifa's declarations to the cripple. The same was declared to the blind. They were both advised to offer Ebo. They both complied. Before long, not too far, join us where we use sacrifice to overcome our problems. In this particular Ifa, there was a crippled person and there was a blind person. And of course, you know the attributes, the issues of a person who may be blind or an individual who might be crippled. A blind person can't see, a crippled person does not always have the activity of all of their limbs. So the blind person and the crippled person were having extremely, extremely difficult times. It was difficult, if not impossible, for them to accomplish their daily activities. And the ironic thing about the crippled person in this Odu and the blind person in this Odu is that both of them they were not born blind. They were not born crippled. Neither was born with their particular affliction or illness. So they had something to compare life to. The blind man had seen colors in trees and people before, and he lost that ability. The crippled person once was able to walk unassisted. He had done that before. They both went for Ifa consultation. The Babalawo told them that it was, in fact, stupid for them to surrender to the declaration of their illness. They both needed to fight and fight wise and well against these ailments. The Babalawo even told them that if they fought hard and they fought in a wise way, soon those ailments would become a thing of the past. They were told that they must not allow illness to be the barrier of their success. They were also told to offer ebo of shea butter and perform a ritual to Obatala with plenty of snails and plenty of efun. And once they did this ritual, they were to rub the shea butter with all those elements on their bodies. Ifa says, soon after, the blind man regained his sight. And soon after that, the crippled person was able to have the activity of their limbs. This leads me to my first point of the day, folks. And that first point is, do not allow negative declarations of others to become your reality. Let me repeat that. Do not allow the negative declarations of others to become your reality. Do not give in. Do not allow yourself to be defeated by the perceptions of others. When we think of this, the blind man and the crippled man had to eventually live their lives as if they never had their ailment. They could not allow their illness, their ailment, to be a setback for them. That was part of the process that would allow them to overcome. When I think about this, I think about the story of Ray Charles. Now, most of y'all know through the movie, Ray Charles was not always blind. It was said that about at the age of 7, Ray Charles loses his eyesight to an ailment, I believe it's called juvenile glaucoma. So Ray Charles once knew a world of color. He knew the world, he had seen his mother's face before. He had seen trees before. He saw his father, his siblings. He had witnessed reality live and in living color. He knew the world. But at a certain point, that reality was devoid of him as he lost his eyesight and he became blind. When we think about that ability of having something to compare it to, we also got to be aware that Ray Charles eventually was blind longer than he could see. Yet, Olodumare transformed his illness into an inspiration with 200 songs written at least, and over 80 Billboard chart toppers, and 17 Grammys. I think Ray Charles is a perfect example of what Olodumare will do. Olodumare will make the thing that is your deficit into your dividend. But the issue is you must fight. You can't just succumb to the illness. You cannot just succumb to the declaration of others. If Ray Charles had succumbed to, oh, well, I'm blind, I can't do anything, what would he have accomplished? You must fight. You cannot give in to the negativity, because if you give in, you are giving up your blessing. You're giving up your destiny. Why would destiny be anything different from birth? You got to fight to be born. You got to fight to manifest your destiny. In the Odu Ifa Ogbe Ka, Ifa says, Ogbe, let us go into the inner room for a fight. This was Ifa's declaration to Orunmila when going to challenge Eku, death, to a duel in the main compound. He was advised to offer Ebo. He complied. We have hit death with Abo staff. We have touched death with fear, panic, and confusion. In this Ifa, Orunmila, one day he had the notion to wake up and challenge death to a duel. This is something that nobody dared to do. If death challenged a person to a duel, that person would surely die. And Orunmila was not happy with this. So he himself challenged death to a fight. When we look at the posture of death, death was a tall and imposing figure, intimidating. He was much more physically stronger than Orunmila. So when death was challenged, I'm certain everyone knew who was going to win that fight. Everybody thought death was going to take Orunmila's life. Still, Orunmila continued with the challenge. Upon going to Ifa for consultation, Orunmila went to some of his students. And when he went for this Ifa consultation, he asked, would he be able to defeat death in this duel? He wanted to know if he would be able to prove to everyone that it is fear that is worse than death. And that in actuality, it is fear of death that helped death to kill all those individuals who had gone into battle with death before. The Babalawo cast Ifa, and they told Orunmila that he surely would succeed in defeating death. But what he needed to do was not entertain any fear. He could not be afraid. He needed to get 3 staffs, 3 sticks from the abo tree. And then Orunmila was told to take those 3 sticks and put efun powder and camwood on all 3 sticks. He would use 2 as a bow, and 1 he would put under his pillow, and he would sleep on it. Orunmila followed the advice. On the faithful day, 7 days later, it was time for that fight with Iku. Iku, interestingly enough, was already shaking. He already had some trepidation and fear. And Eshu showed up to Orunmila, and he says, look, when you go to fight Iku, I want you to hit him. I want you to hit him with the abo staff. So Orunmila goes into that fight, and the first thing he does, he hits death with that abo staff. And as he hit death, the hit was hard, but it was magnified by the transfer of the white efun and the red camwood powder. It hit death and left a mark. And death began to look as he was getting hit. And the hits were being accentuated by the dust that was flying off, and then the dust that was leaving an imprint, plus the pain of getting socked up. Death began to shiver with fear and confusion. Orunmila kept beating death and beating death until Eshu Odara showed up to death and said, you want to concede? I think you want to stop this A-whooping. And at that moment, death kneeled down to concede that Orunmila was the winner of the fight. When I think of this verse, it makes me think of the second point. The second point is, have no fear. We cannot allow fear to cripple us in any situation, and especially during a fight. Oftentimes, the thing that destroys us is fear or anxiety. If it's not the fear or anxiety that stops us or defeats us, it is the second guessing of ourselves. I challenge everyone to have and acquire an unreasonable, unadulterated, unshakable, and belligerent faith in your destiny. If you have faith in your destiny, you have faith in Olodumare and what Ifa has told you. If Ifa says, I will not die if I offer a bow and I followed my taboo, and the world says, you're doomed, entertain no fear. Ashe? Everybody, please say Ashe. Please. We have to move as if we know something that the world does not. We must move like we are in service to Almighty God. And the basis of Almighty God is truth. All I'm saying is we have to begin to move differently, y'all. We got to move different. We have to move in a way that we know within reason. Okay, I will be able to be victorious. I will have victory eventually. So last but not least, I want to talk about this Odu Ifa Ogbeka. So it is a story. Let me tell you this story. In Ogbeka, this Odu is actually the Odu of a town called Ofa town. And at this time, Ofa town was on the verge of collapse. Many people were sick. Many people had financial challenges. All sorts of problems plagued this town called Ofa, to the point where they were on the verge of collapse. The people sent their elders to cast Ifa for the community. And the Babalao told them that everything would be just fine. But if there was any problem, any issue, any misunderstanding in the community, if there was anything, the people were told to fight it out. They were told to scrap it out. And that fight would bring the resolution. So the people were like, man, I don't understand this. Because as you can see, this Odu is saying something that many Odu Ifa don't say, right? We're not accustomed to hearing, go fight, go handle your business. You ever been in a situation where your parents said, go fight them or I'm gonna fight you? I'm not advocating that, but I'm just giving you an example. That's some old school stuff that, nowadays it's not like that. It's not like that in the world. Everybody's. But back in the days, we had a different upbringing, and those who know. And part of that, barring any negative association with that statement, let's analyze it on a deeper level. You need to stand up for yourself. You need to have something you are willing to stand up for. There's an old quote that says, stand for something or you'll fall for anything. If you aren't willing to stand up for something, stand up and even fight for something, are you fit to live? Or if you have nothing to live for, how is your life fit to live? I want us to think about that. When Ifa tells you to fight, that could have been another title of this sermon, when Ifa tells you to fight. Because this is unusual. And Ifa says, go fight, and that will bring the resolution. So the people were confused. They didn't know what that meant. It was an unusual message. They then offered their elbow. So at that time, after they offered their elbow, some of the farmers went to the farm to harvest their yam. And when you see yams are underneath the dirt. So when the dirt and the sand, you got to go and wash the yams off, because when you harvest them, they're covered in sand and dirt. So the people and the farmers, went to the stream to wash the yams in the stream. And soon it was 20, then it swelled to 30, and then 40 different people who had come to wash their yams in the stream. And they got to a point where there's a gale of water, where the water had collected in a certain place. And as they got to that place in the stream in essence took all the yams and swept them up, and all those 30, 40 people with all their yams, everybody's yam got mixed together in the gale. And no one knew which yam was which. They didn't know if that yam was their yam or this yam was their yam, or which one was their own yam. So they were grabbing yams off the ground or out of the water. And then one person said, no, wait, you got my yam. And then this person was like, no, this is my yam. No, that's my yam. You took my yam. So they began to fight and argue. Well, basically, they started arguing. Everyone was arguing about, no, that's my yam. No, that's my yam. No, you took my yam. Give me back my yam. And the arguments got a little bit more heated. And as a result, somebody bombed on somebody. They took off, hit that person hit somebody else. Everybody's scrapping and wrestling for the yams. And this was in the morning. And the people that back in the town, they heard, man, it's a big fight happening at the stream. So those people decided, you know, what's going on? They went to the stream and they joined the fight. They had a baton, they had a stick or whatever. Everybody's fighting. Everybody's scrapping and scrapping and scrapping and scrapping and scrapping and scrapping. And they scrapped from morning until nightfall. At night, that was when they stopped fighting. And at the end of the evening, the elders started thinking like, what? Everybody in the whole town is out here squabbing. Everybody's out here fighting. And they realized that the people who were mourning the death of their loved ones were out there fighting in a better mood than what they were before the fight. They had overcome their grief. They had put their grief to the side and they fought. The elders realized, and they asked, like, how did you have the energy to fight when you were in such grief? They didn't know. The people who were sick, there were folks who were sick and they were dying. And those individuals put their illnesses to the side and they went and joined the fight. And they were fighting and they felt amped up. They were feeling good. The elders asked, like, man, you were on your deathbed. How did you come and get into this fight? You were just ill earlier today, and at the end of the day, you're up and ready to fight some more. They realized that those who were sick were no longer sick. All those who had problems had overcome those problems because they had a reason to fight. The elders then realized that, oh my goodness, this fight is a good thing. So what we should do is every year we need to have a fight. And this fight will be the fight and the cleansing for all of us to be well. That is why Ifa says, or it is called Ikajiloro Ifa. Ikajiloro Ifa. And that basically means it is boxing, it is wrestling, and the tradition of fighting of the people of Ofa. All those things belong to the people of Ofa town. And to today, the people of that town still have a yearly fight as their community healing and cleansing. And up to today, you'll see the king, who may be smaller than his second in command, and the second in command will let him kind of toss him around. And this is seen as good and even healing for the community. So before we all get into the semantics of like, man, they scrapping an Ifa, I want to give you my third and final point, and that is keep fighting until something happens. Keep your foot on the neck of the enemy. Keep your foot on the neck of the Ajogun. The people of Ofa fought, but it was the fight that made them fit. The fight made them fit. The fight made them fit and strong to stand up for something. They found out and they fought from sun up to sun down. You ever been consumed with the desire of your blessing, that desire of having that blessing that you've been praying for overshadowed everything else? Food didn't matter. Bodily necessities didn't matter. Love didn't matter. What mattered was the miracle that was on your mind. It's like the people in Ofa town. In the midst of their fighting, they forgot they were sick. In the midst of their fighting, they forgot they were grieving. In the midst of their fighting, they forgot poverty and came together and was like, this is something we got to live for, and we got to stand up for something, or we're going to fall for anything. They forgot about their problems, and they fought. The fight was so important that the fight, in essence, made them fit. It made them strong. It made them ready. In Ifa, it is not about turning the other cheek all the time. It ain't about turning the other cheek all the time, folks. That's a unique narrative. We know where we get that from, and we know why folks use it. Not all the time. Not for every circumstance. Sometimes it is best for you to be patient. Sometimes it is best for you to move. Sometimes you gotta fall back. Yet other times, it's time to run that fade. And guess what? All of that in its details and beauty and texture, all of that is in Ifa. The key is do what Ifa says when it's time to do it. Ashe. Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, know when to run. You know what I'm talking about. So in closing, I want us to remember these points. 1, do not allow negative declarations of other people to become your reality. That's a reason to fight in and of itself. And this is a certain kind of fight. You can't allow someone to place a reality on you, or a reality that you see and that you've been, you've grown up with. You can't allow that to be your reality if it is a negative one and it don't suit you. What is your destiny? It's not my destiny to be a cripple. It's not my destiny to be poor. I'm going to fight against those definitions of my reality. Number two, don't have any fear. The fear is the thing that takes us off the course, that makes us second guess ourselves, makes us misstep, fall, trip, whatever. And it keeps us from actualizing our goals. We have to walk with a healthy amount of understanding of reality. But we also need to understand that giving too much into fear and anxiety and second guessing is destructive. We have to develop a new level of boldness for our African tradition of Ifa. We have to have a different reality of this. We got to know that, yes, Ashe, Ifa is good. Ifa, what Ifa is saying is what it is. And last but not least, we got to keep fighting until something happens. Basically, don't give up. Don't give up. Once you get into the process, you have to know that you stand for something and that there's something worthy, something important to stand up for. Ashe? Ashe. So I thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for listening to what we had to say. I pray that it was very useful for you. And I want to check these announcements. Oh, Ashe, I see people tapping in. Thank you all for your messages. So I'm going to go to some of these messages and then, well, before I do that, let me make these announcements. So, number one, if you like the things that we're doing here at Edinka Ifa Temple, you can become a member. Membership is somewhat defined on the website, but if you have any questions, you can contact myself. Also, you can participate in Itarogun. Itarogun happens every 17 days. We have one coming up, I believe, next week. Also, we have a program that we teach Ifa practitioners to be priests. It's called the Omoawo Training Program. So if you are interested in becoming a priest, trained priest, you can tap in with us. Tap in with us, and we can assist you in learning more about this tradition, and also assist in teaching you how to do Ifa in a principled and ethical way. All right. So another announcement is this. So I'm really excited to share and say that this coming Friday, with the will of Olodumare, March 8th, we're doing our first Atefa, our first Ifa initiations as Idinka Ifa Temple. So we need some things from the people. So first, if you desire to be initiated, it's a little late, but I want you, if you're serious, only serious inquiries, please contact me. You can call me. We're doing it. The Atefa is happening from March 8th, Friday, March 8th until that Sunday. So 3 days we'll be working hard. But we also need individuals to support the process. So we need, if you want to be initiated, let us know. We already have some folks, but if you want to, let us know. If you don't make it this round, you can make it the next round. If you want Hand of Ifa, you can do it this time, or we can do it the next time, whatever you desire. But let us know so you can get on that list. Along with that, we need individuals to support the process. So We're building committee, so those individuals who are members, who are interested um, in assisting with cooking, assisting with cleaning. If you are initiated to Ifa, please let me know. If you're not, let me know, and we will figure out a place to put you. To what I mean by that, so that you can assist in the process of this. So the phone number, my phone number is 323-244-1133. It's at the bottom of your screen. So if you would like to assist, please contact me. I would say by Monday. We want to have our lists and sets of duties in place by that time. If you're interested in Atefa, please contact me today, because we're about to get into the preliminary things where the initiation actually starts a week before it even begins. So we're about to get into those things right now. So if you're interested, please, please, please let me know. If you like what we're doing, please like, and share the stuff that we're posting and putting up. Also, if you enjoy it, what we're sharing with you, these sermons, the insight, please donate. We welcome all donations. If you're on Facebook or on YouTube, you can see at the bottom of the screen everything below. You can see all of the details of how to contact us, how to reach us, how to donate if you would like. All right. Aboro boy, Abo Shishe, thank you so much, Danielle. All right, peace and blessings. Abo Shishe Aboto to my beautiful wife, Ifa Domininu. All right, Abo Shishe Aboto. Shout out to you, Sam, Sampson. All right, Ashe. All right, thank you so much, Annette. Abo Shishe Aboto. Oh, good to see you, Ariana Scott. Abo Shishe Aboto. Taylor Crumpkin. Abo Shishe Aboto. Ashe. Okay, Ashe. Yes, sometimes we have a dream of a fight. Ashe. All right. Ifaleke. Abo Shishe Aboto. Hey now, time to seize way. My sister. Abo Shishe. Thank you for joining us. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Get your notepads ready. Abo Shishe Aboto. Good to see you. Ia Barbara Powers. Thank you for tuning in with us today. Thank you. All right. Yes, you do. You got to fight to manifest your destiny. Thank you for highlighting that quote. Ashe. Have no fear. Ashe. You needed this message today. Thank you, Danielle. So did, I think we all did. So did we, all of us, myself included. Oh, hey, good to see you, Kevana. Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. Ashe. Thank you. That's all this one from Taylor. Facts. That's all I could say. She said, so Nuck, if you buck, is a Negro spiritual. Ashe, it is. I would say so myself. I got family members that feel the spirit when they hear that song. Yes. Thank you for that. Yes, thank you. All right. Ashe. Oh, good to see you, sis, my sister. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Oh, good. A new person. Rain Pryor. Abo Shishe Abo To. Ashe. Yep. You got to know. And that's some Ifa right there. Knowing when to hold them and when to fold them, knowing when to walk away and when to run. That's some Ifa. That is some Ifa right there. Ashe. Keep scrapping until it happened. That's another one. Keep scrapping until it happened. Everybody be saying that I come up with these little catchphrases. Keep scrapping until it happened. That's the new one. Scrap till it happened. Ashe. All right, tapping in from Jersey. Good to see you all. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. Eka-san, Allison, good to see you. Blessings. Well, I don't know what you missed, but you're gonna have to go back and check it. All right. Ekaro, Chloe, good to see you. All right. Thank you. Dada, Neil, Nicole, Natalie, Super Nat, what's happening? All right, good to see you. Abo Shisha Boto, Ade Tutu, good to see you. All right, thank you so much. Okay, it's not, we have two ways. So if you want, you can donate on the, on Cash App, or you can donate on PayPal. Either or is good. All right. So I think we got all the comments in. We thank you very much, and please, folks, those of you who are interested in assisting, and you're in the LA area, or you will be in the LA area, tap in with me today. We're gonna have a really good time at this Atefa. It's going to be some fun and joy in a wholesome Ifa way. So let us end with prayer. Ola Dumario, we thank you for life. We thank you for health. We thank you for goodness. We thank you for spiritual strength and fortitude. We thank you for our white blood cells that's fighting off disease right now, that's fighting off sickness and all sorts of challenges right now. We thank you for that. We thank you for the fact that we were born. We thank you for the energy that you gave us to fight, to be born, and to exist and to live. We thank you for that fight. We ask that you would continue to give us inspiration for things to wake up in the morning and live and fight for each day so that we can be successful and elevate our lives. Help this message to support us throughout the week. Help us to have a blessed and beautiful and benevolent initiation. Support us as we go through that process. Give us all the mercies that you can, Olodumare, so it will be a great experience for my family, our temple, and all the initiates. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Aboto. Thank y'all for tapping in. We love you. Ashe, Aboru, Aboye. We'll see you. Thank you again.
Alone for this time, returning to the peace of mind.